Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I'll read it again. A batch file is a script file in DOS operating system and Microsoft Windows. It consists of a series of commands to be executed by the command line interpreter stored in a plain text file. So it is a plain text file wherein we have to write the command in a series way, in a serial way, so that it get executed one by one. A file that stores command in a serial order. So this is an example of batch file. I'll explain this. Before that, I'll just show you that how we have to create the batch file. So let me delete this. I'll do it again. So we have to create a text document. 1, 2, 3. So I will show you for all bat, VBS and partial how we are going to create it. So for all these three, we have to create a plain text file, and just that we have to change the extension. So for the bat file, we'll give install anything. You can give a name, like you can give the name as per your application, also as per application format. And for an installation you have to create an install bat file, and for an uninstallation you have to create an uninstall. So as of now I'm just creating an install file. So in place of this txt, you have to mention bat. So bat stands for a batch file, the extension is bat. So this one they will ask, we have to say it as yes. So this is how it is going to create a batch file. There is a small mark of the shell, we have a shell and kernel na, that mark is there. So with that you'll come to know, okay, this is the batch file. Then for the VBS, we will remove this txt, and for the VB script we give the extension as VBS. So it will have a logo of S. With that we'll come to know, okay, this is a VB script. Now we will do it for the PowerShell. The extension for the PowerShell is PS1. PS for PowerShell and then 1. So this is how, let me see if I can zoom it. No, I can't zoom it from here. Is it visible? For PowerShell we have a icon of arrow with a blue box.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how you are going to create a script for all our script which is required in our packaging. For batch we have a bat extension. For VBS we have a VB script, we have a VBS. For PS1, for PowerShell we have a PS1. So this is how you are going to create it. Now, now when we are going to write a script for the batch file, it is exactly the same which we are going to execute in a command line interpreter. So when we open the CMD, we give a command. So the same command you can add it in the our batch file. So there is no difference in that. Just that while calling the script from one of the location, we have to add few parameters. Other than that, it will be exactly the same. So the first line in this batch file is at the rate echo off. So echo off is to prevent echoing, disable all commands in a batch file. We have to add at the rate of echo off in the beginning of the batch file. So first of all, we have to add it in the beginning of the batch file. But why do we add it? To disable the commands. Like when we are installing any application, we get a CMD pop-up. Like it comes and it goes. So to disable that pop-off of CMD, we have to give this echo off. It will disable that echoing of that particular execution. So that is why we write a echo off. Now what the second line is doing, the second line is basically it is installing a OneDrive application. So if you see, we have given OneDrive setup.exe, but before that we have given we called it as modulus tilde DP0. So in an interview question they ask you what is DP0. This is one of the interview question where they ask what is modulus delta DP0. So this is something which is going to get your exe file, because your exe file will be placed in any of the server. So in that particular server, you would have created your application name, and inside that you would have given your setup.exe. But when you are doing the execution via SCCM, how it is going to understand that from where it has to install? So TP0 will help him to find that current location from where the application is going to get installed. So TP0 stands for drive later. So D stands for drive later, P stands for path of the parameter. So it is going to return the current path where the batch file resides. So we have to give first is the modulus sign, which is the percentage sign. We called it as a modulus sign, and then is the we say tilde. So this tilde is we have a in keyboard we have a digit 1 just next to digit 1, in the left hand side corner. You can see two icons are there. So the upper icon which we have to click on shift and give, that is the tilde sign. So that you have to give tilde, then you have to give dp0, and from there it will pick up that setup file.
So this
Now
is required only when creating the SCCM package, like the tilde DP0.
so basically, when you are going to create any application which is an exe application, and you are creating a batch script, not for exe, or even if you are creating an MSI file and you would have written the batch file, so in that batch file you have to give this what to say,
DP0.
modulus tilde, yeah, modulus
Okay.
tilde dp0, you
So
have
this
to
is
give.
for all the apps basically. I mean, any package you can use the
Yes,
same.
any application if you are creating for the batch file, only for the batch file. For VBS we have a different way, for PowerShell also we have a different way.
Okay. So and that echo off is common for everything. Uh,
Yes, echo off is common for all the batch file.
okay. Is it something any specific function it do or echo off
Ye-
that command?
yes, it basically when you install any application script now, then we get a pop-up of CMD, that
Got
black screen comes. So to disable that black screen, because obviously when you are going to give the application to the user should have a complete silent. If that type of box prompt will come, user will not understand, or maybe they will get scared that what is this pop-up. So to disable that pop-up we have to give at the rate echo off.
Okay, okay, got it. No problem. So, for example, if I am creating some any file, like 7-zip or something, so I stored it on my laptop. Maybe it will be in the download folder.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm creating the bat file to execute that or install that. So I'll do a take off, and then it's common for everything, which is the tilde dp0, and from
Mm-hmm.
then we have to specify the name of that dot
Exe
exe,
file.
and the
Yes.
command is silent. Okay. So
So
the
comment is
same.
silent. You have to see that exe has which silent parameter, and
Okay,
accordingly you have to use that silent parameter.
got it. Yeah, using that hyphen help.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So for example, if I have created the script, and suppose I want to run this script on either some of the machines like SCCM or Intune anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we do that? Like we just deploy this batch script or
Yes, we deploy this batch script.
okay, but how about the file? Because it's gonna find on somewhere
See, you will keep that batch file in one of the server where you will keep your
Okay,
files also, your exe
got it.
file,
Okay.
whatever the file MSI MST if you would have created. So whatever the file is required, that you will create keep, and you will also create the batch file. And when you are going to create the deployment in your SCCM, you have to first give the content. After that, you have given the content, you would be getting an option to browse the installation program. So in that installation program, you have to select that bat file.
Okay,
Just
got it.
that bat file you will give, and it will get executed.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So the third line is to import the registries. When we were doing the application, we did many changes in our registries. So either you can write a command for each that particular changes, otherwise you can do the changes, export the registry, keep that exported registry in one of your location, and from there you can import it. So how you are gonna export the registries, I'll just show you. So for an example, I'm taking for this application, uh, I anything I would have changed, like no remove or something. For an example, I deleted this. Okay, so I deleted this. So I did the changes, whatever changes, like no modify, no remove, all that changes you do it here, and from here you can export the registries. So export it, keep it anywhere. Like I give the name, this is for install shell application, so I am exporting and I am keeping it here. So it is done. So the registry is created, exported registry is there. Just that while writing a command, you we have to give this one reg import, the location of the reg file we have to give, and that will be added. You don't have to then give each and every command for that particular application. So this is how you can export and then you can import.
And this
uh,
this path can be like a network path as well.
yes, yes,
C
it
temp.
can be network path.
Okay.
Just that in that case you have to give dp0, and you have to specify that reg file name.
So DP0 will go in front of
uh, in front
like
of
C
in
temp OneDrive,
particularly ctem OneDrive, full it will go if you have kept that reg file in your network path.
and then backslash abc dot reg.
Yes, whatever the reg file name you have given. Then is the x copy slash s slash e slash y and the location of that particular folder. So x copy is something which will help you to copy the file. So there are many things with the x copy. So you can give the in the command line you can give x copy slash question mark, and it will give you everything. So like here it is SEY, like that many things are there. So as per your requirement, whether you want to copy a particular file, or you want to copy an empty file or empty folder, or you want to copy a complete directory, so whatever is your requirement you can read it from here, and accordingly you can add it there. So for an example, it is in particular my script it was slash s. So slash s is going to copy directories and subdirectories except empty ones. So except empty one, it is going to copy the directories and subdirectories. What e will do, e will copy directories and subdirectories including empty ones. Same as slash s slash e may be used to modify slash t. So like that, if you want to do the copy of a file, or if you want to do whatever, there are many things, so you can read it from here and accordingly you can add it in your package. So I'll give you an example when we will be doing the filezilla. This x copy we have used it there. Then del slash s slash q, same way for the del also you can find it and you can do del s slash s slash q. What it is doing, it is particularly deleting this uninstallation file from this particular location. So if it exists, it is going to delete this. Then cd, cd is something, it is particularly going to that particular directory. Like we give shift copy as path. So if you don't want to give that, and if you want to do the execution from that location only, so you can give cd, and then you have to specify the location of this application. Oh, it was, I think, cd dot dot, I forgot. Then we have to give, no, no, it should come to the d drive. Okay, it's a c drive, that is why it is not coming. Yeah, so it was D drive, that is why it was not coming. So like you don't want to give shift copy as path, but directly you want to give that location, and from there if you want to do the execution, then you can give cd dot dot. It will first go to the windows. Again, if you will give cd dot dot, it will go to the c drive, and from the c drive you will, if you will specify the location of that application, then that complete location will come. And if you will give arrow na, it will automatically pick up that particularly file. Like we have this new.ps1. So if I give new, I just have to give the new.ps1. I don't have to give shift copy as path. So it will do the execution from there. Rather than doing the shift copy as path, you can do this. Anyway, is fine. It is totally depending upon you how you do the testing. I find shift copy as path as a easy way, so I always do that. Then is to start that application. If you want to launch that application, then you have to give the start command, and then it will install start it. Pause means the execution will do the pause means stop the execution. After that, the third thing is the double colon or scope operator. It is basically used to comment any line in batch file. So if you want any line which shouldn't be executed, if you want it in the form of message, like we have given the installation command that okay, we are installing it. If you want to install, if you want to give the instruction so that the other person can understand what this particular command is doing, so you can use that double colon and you can mention that we are going to install the application, we are going to copy the application. So all that thing you can use so that it is easy for the other person to understand. So there are few batch commands which we use it while doing it. First is the dp0 setup.exe. So whatever the setup.exe is there, exe application name, that you have to install it using the silent parameter. Second is the path of the uninstallation.exe you have to give. Here we don't have to specify the dp0 because the exe uninstallation.exe will be there in the user's machine. So like for many such application, we for a exe application we get the uninstallation.exe already in our machine, like we have it for filezilla. So we have to specify the path of that exe, and with the slash s you can whatever the sign parameter, you can uninstall that application. The third line is to install an msi. So it is exactly the same which I discussed yesterday. Exactly, we have to say give the same, just that in place of msi and mst we have to give that modulus dp0 so that it can pick up that msi and mst. Rest is exactly the same. Then msi slash x product code slash qn, same for uninstallation also. Then we have msi exu slash fup product code, this is for the repair. It will be exactly the same. Then we have a task kill command. So we created a vb script to task kill. For this one we will just give a task kill slash f slash t slash im, and we have to give that exe name. It is going to forcefully task kill that particularly application. Now if you want to delete any shortcut file, so first of all, whenever we delete a shortcut file has an extension of .lnk. So you will not be able to see it in the application shortcut when you will right click it, but it has an extension of .lnk. So you have to give the command del, and then with the environment variable you can give the path where that shortcut is placed, and you can delete it. Like we have to delete it from the desktop and all that, so you can give this command and you can delete it. Then we have command to add the registries and delete the registries. So I'll just give you the demo in while doing the filezilla, then you will be able to understand in a better way. It will basically do the addition and deletion. Then is the ctempx dot exe hyphen si command dot exe. uh, so Jazz, you work in SCCM, right? You there? Jazz, you there?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So do you know what is this psexcc dot exe?
Which one? Um,
This one, psexcc dot exe.
yeah, that's like if you want to remote into different computer, like to run, not remote in, like you want to open someone else's command prompt and run
So
the commands for them.
how did it function? Any idea?
Yeah, you can use that PS exec and then double, like a whack, and then put
So
the PC number, like remote PC,
no,
and
what
then
how we
CMD.
use it for packaging and why it is required, I'll explain that. So this is the basically the command. It will open a CMD only, but it happens that we do the packaging, and when we do the packaging, we have to do the testing, and we if you are not the person, means you are if you are not that person who knows who has the control of SCCM, or who you have been not provided access to the SCCM, you are just doing a packaging part, so you don't know how the application is going to function from the SCCM. In that case, it is suggested that the application should be tested via PSXCC. So the testing via PSEXCC and the testing via CM via SCCM is exactly the same. So what you have to do, you have to have this PSEXCC in your machine, or somewhere you have to copy it, and you have to give this command, and then you have to execute the application, means install the application, and then launch and check whether it is behaving properly or not, the way you have packaged it. So it will let you know that the same way the application will behave as a from the SCCM console. So that is why we use PSEXCC. So in most of the companies wherein they are when they wherein they are having a factory model, wherein there is a just a team who is just doing a packaging, they do not have a SCCM console access, so they have to do the package and they have to give it to someone else for the deployment, because they do not have a control, so they have to test that part also, and then they are going to give it to the deployment team to do the deployment. So we do, in that case, we do the testing from the psexcc.exe, and this is completely free. You can download it from Google, and you can have it in your machine, completely free. Then the last command is xcopy, which we already discussed, which is location of it is going to copy from the target folder to your machine, that particular application. If you want to source file or whatever the exe file or file, if you want to copy, then with the help of xcopy you can do it. Then there are few information related to the batch script. First is the xcopy, which we have already discussed. Cd, which is this batch command helps in making changes to a different directory or displays the current directory. So it is going to get you to that particular location, which we already discussed and showed you also. CLS will going to clear your screen. So if you have given many commands in your CMD, and if you want to clear that screen, you can give the CLS. Then is the del is going to delete the files, and the delete the files, but it is not going to delete the directories. RD will is going to remove the directory. If you want to remove complete directory, then you are going to give the RD, but the directory needs to be empty before they can be removed. Dir command will list the content of a directory, so whatever is there in that directory, it is going to list it. Date command will help you to find the system date. Echo command will help you to turn on or turn off the message. So like we give echo off in the beginning, so it will turn off. If you want to give any message, then you can give echo on. Ren is going to rename the files and directories. If you want to rename any file, you can use ren. Taskkill is going to end the task. Set is going to display the list of the environment variables in your current system. Shutdown will shut down your computer or log off the current user. Find will help you to search for a string in files or outputting matching lines. For an example, there is a word vowel, and if you want to search O in the vowel, so with the help of find command, you can do it. Then start command is going to start the program in a new window or open the document. So this is all about the bash script. Now we will do the demo. I don't think so we will be able to do more than batch. Let's see how much I can do. D drive. So basically, first I will explain for an exe application, and once that is done, then I will do it for the MSI application. So first one we are doing for the FileZilla. So this is already installed in our system. So let me open the bat file. So first I will explain the normal one, and then I will explain the one which Jazz asked yesterday. So this is the batch script which is created. First is the echo off, which will off that pop up. Second is the task kill command. So if you want to give the instruction, so I can give that ends the process. So what it is going to do, this one, if the FileZilla is already launched, which I'm going to do it, it will close this FileZilla, and then it is going to install the application. So the FileZilla 3.491 is already installed. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the setup file. I will change it to 3.64.0.
And in the production environment, like
Mm-hmm.
if someone using Fazila, like does it close that, or does it give
Yes.
them warning? Or
If you want to give such type of warning, because see, for few application, we don't give warning, or we give warning only for such applications which is important, like we can say Outlook or PowerPoint. If we are doing office packages, in mainly in that case, in that case we will give the pop-up type of thing. For the
Hmm,
normal applications, like we have a FileZilla, we have a Power BI, we don't give warnings. If you want, like if your business demands that yes, you have to give a pop-up, then with the help of PSADT you can give.
okay. But with batch file, there's no option to
No, with
give
the
them.
batch file it is, we can implement, but it is little difficult to do it, and most of the companies are not using batch file also as of now.
Hmm,
They are either using VB, and they are either using partial, means PSADT. And even we are hearing that even VB script is going to go out of the market in few years. So this news has come. Let's see when it is going to go, but we have heard that it is going to go out of the market. So the option left over will be batch file and PSADT only. But batch, with batch file, many things you cannot implement. So that is why the PSADT is the best option. You can implement anything with the PSADT.
but PSADT, like you save the file and deploy in SCCM.
Actually, PSADT is something, it is a complete tool kit. So there are many number of files. So if I show you,
So
I
that will
think I gave,
deploy as well.
yes, that will do the complete deployment, but complete that setup file you have to keep it. So I'll just show you. So this is the PSADT. This
Yeah.
complete part will be there. Complete thing, like you have to give your application name here, whatever the name will be there, and then you have to keep every file. If any of the file is not there, your application is not going to get executed. In the file section, we will give the setup file. Then in the support files, we give any supporting files, like if you want to give, if you want to add any file, if you want to have a cab file, if you want to have a exported registry, that you can keep. So such type of thing will be in the support file. This one, we don't have to do anything. Whatever the editing, like whatever the scripting part we are doing, we have to do it here. So
So
once I
so
will,
when you deploy, like say 1,000 computers, do you give path to this
we
particular
have to,
PS1?
Yes, we have to give PS1. It is again either of the two way. Either you can use this or you can use this. So different organizations are using different way to do the deployment. But any of this two, nothing more than that. You have to use either this or either this. So I'll cover this. Don't worry. I'll cover this. How we are going to do the deployment. That also I'll cover.
Okay, thanks.
Mm, what are we doing? Okay. So this was the main script, na? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, 3.491 is already installed, so I'm gonna install 3.6.4 above that, and then we have to modify the registries. So as I said in that particular content, we have addition and deletion. So what addition and deletion is doing, first line is the addition. So what it is going to do, it is going to add the no remove registry, because the no remove registry was not there. This uninstall part was not there, so that is what we are adding it to remove this uninstall part. So that is the first thing we are doing it via this reg add. You have to give the complete path of the registry. Then you have to give /v stands for the value. The value name is the no remove, so you have to give no remove. Then /t is the data type, so either it can be reg d word or it can be reg std. So if for an integer we have a reg d word, and for a string we have a reg std. Then /d is the data type, wherein you have to specify the value. Either if it is an integer, you can give it 0 or 1. So I said that 1 is the value to disable it, so that is why we are giving 1. And then is the /f, which is forcefully we are going to give this command, and we are going to disable the no remove. Then the second command is we are going to change the display name, that is the string word. That is why we have given reg std. So what it is going to do, you can see the name is filezilla client 3491. What it will do, it will add the language. Yeah, it will just add the language. So in some organization, it is something that they want a particular standard for the display name. So it is like 50-50. In few organization, they do not change the display name, because sometimes it happens, if you change the display name, it changes the functionality as well. So few organization has a standard and few organization does not have a standard. So if there is such standard, then you can change the display name. So I will change the display name and I will add en, only the language. Then the other 4R is going to delete the particular registry. So if an application has any registries with respect to the URL, update info, help link, comments, telephone number, whatever the other links, like which we were disabling, which we were removing from the install shield, if such type of thing is there in the exe, we are going to delete it with the help of the registry part. So the same thing will be there, just that in add we are going to delete. We don't have to specify the data type, just the value name you have to specify, and with the /f, which is the forcefully you are doing it. So I'll just show you. So basically you can see we have a update information, we have a help link, we have a support link. So all these three will be getting deleted. And how you're going to get this information, you're going to get this information from your registry section. So you have to open the registry where the filezilla is installed, that uninstallation section, and from there you can pick the information. So basically this particular name, url in update info, info about help link, comments. So one of the section you can see we have a help link, we have a update info, we have a support link, but the comment section is not there. So for few application it will be there, for few application it will not be there. I have basically added to just let you know that even if you have added, it is not going to throw the error that this does not exist. It will, what it will do, it will skip and it will complete the execution. It will not give you the error that this particular line does not exist. So that is why if something extra you have added with respect to the same registry key, it is not going to give you an error. So this is how you are going to create the installation bat file. Now I'll just show you the uninstallation bat file. So in the uninstallation bat file, same thing. First, it is going to stop task kill, or it is going to stop that process FileZilla. The second thing, do not see this line now. As of now, I'll just delete it only. The second line, we know that for this particular application, the uninstallation.exe get installed in the C program file section. So from here it will pick it up from C program files. We have to give the full path, and we have to specify the uninstall.exe with the silent parameter. It is going to do the uninstallation. So that is how it is going to do the uninstallation for the FileZilla. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna install the upper version. So what, because this exe has a functionality that it will automatically uninstall the older one, and it will install the updated one. So I don't have to give any command to uninstall this 3.491. It will automatically, 3.64 has this functionality that it will automatically uninstall. If by chance it doesn't work, then in that case, whatever the command which we have written in the uninstallation dot bat file, that you have to, this one, that you have to mention it in your application install that bat. First line will be this one, and then you are gonna install the new package. So let me do the execution. It is install dot bat. We have to do. So copy as path. Enter. So it is saying the process ID is terminated. The FileZilla got closed. Now it is going to, it has uninstalled it. After some time it will install. You can see that it has installed, but other things are not changed. So it is taking time to do it. See, it is done. The name is changed. All that particular registry is deleted. This registry we added it to suppress the uninstall. That is also done. And this is also done, which is the changing the name. So that is how you are going to do the uninstallation. Now that scenario question, uh, either of the two, there can be two scenario question. One scenario question will be that you are trying to uninstall the application, but you are not able to uninstall it. Why? Because that uninstall.exe is only not there, that we deleted it, or by mistake it got deleted, or it got corrupted, any reason. Now when I am going to run this uninstall.bat file, it will give me an error, it will throw that error. So let me show you. I'm going to give, see, it is giving me an error. First, the process FileZilla is not found. That is the first thing. That does not give such errors. Means like when you are going to do the deployment, it will not give you an error. It will skip that part. But the second part, which says that C program files, this is not recognized as an internal or external command operable program or batch file. It is not able to find that uninstall the .exe, because that does not exist in that particular location. So how you are going to do it? We have to first copy that. So what we have to do it, we have to first copy that uninstall.bat file, and then we are going to uninstall the application. So what this command is doing, this command is going to particularly pick this uninstall.exe, and it will copy to this target location, which is C program files FileZilla. So we have this exe kept in this particular location. So from here it will copy it, and it will put it in that particular location, and then it will perform the uninstallation. So now I'll just save it, and now I will try to execute it again. So let's see. So it is saying one file is copied. So it would have obviously copied it, and it would have deleted it. Yeah. So the uninstallation is done. So that is how you have to do it. The second thing which I said, the second thing again, it is something like you have installed the application and you are trying to uh, install the updated version, and that application does not have the functionality to auto update to the updated version. So and it is not doing the properly cleanup, that thing. We know that for the FileZilla application it is working, but for one of the application wherein I worked, it was not doing the clean on installation. So what we did, we copied this one, dp0 uninstall.exe, to that particular location, and then we did the installation of the new application. So first it will copy it, then it is going to uninstall the application, and then it is going to install the upper version of application. So let me show you that. So before that I have to install this. I'll install it manually. 3.491. Okay, so the installation is completed. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete this, because as per our thing, this does not exist. We have written we have written the script, this new script, in such a way that first it is going to close this process, then it is going to copy that uninstallation file from our package, then it will perform the uninstallation of the previous version, and then it is going to install the new version. So this is the new bat file. So one file is copied, it would have uninstalled also, and now it is going to install the new version. Yeah, so it is installed. So this is how it is gonna work. Any questions? Okay,
No,
so
good.
yeah, okay. So in that case, the exe part is covered. Now I'm gonna show you for the MSI. So for an MSI, we have a Power BI application. Okay, so it is a simple, see, when I said it is not required to create a bat file until unless you have something major to do it. If it is required, then you can create. If it is not required, then simply you can give the command in your deployment location and you can create it. If your application has any requirement like addition of few files or something which you are not able to do via the MSI, in that case you should have a bat file. For an example, you are installing an application which has a combination of exe and MSI. So you created the MST and you have to call that exe also. Then in that case, you can create a script for the MSI application. So it is very simple, the same thing which we already discussed yesterday, which is MSI exec/I, which is I is for the installation. The path of the MSI we have to give it dp0, then transform dp0 path of MST. If by chance you have forgot to give the command in your transform and you want to add it via command line, then you can also give the same command here. So either of the two way you can do it. Either you can put it in the transform. It is always suggested to give it in the transform, but for an example you would have forgot or something, you have to do it very fast way, so then you can give it in your script also. Then with the silent parameter we are going to install the application and we are going to create the log file. So I will do the installation because Power BI will take a lot of time. So I'm going to execute it, then I'll explain the uninstallation.
Mm. One after I finish.
Yeah. So we can see the multiple MSI XCC is running. So this means that application is installing. Now I will explain the uninstallation one. So uninstallation, we have to do it via product code. So we will give the same command msixe slash x. Slash x is for used for the product code. So either you can find this product code from the registry, or you can get it from the install shell only when you are going to create a deployment. That is the best way. Have it like while creating only the MST, copy it from that install shell and put it in the product in the notepad, so that it becomes easy. You don't have to find it then. So then you are going to create the do the silent installation, and then with that you are going to create the log file. So this is very simple for the MSI MST. So that is how you are gonna install MSI and MST for for a batch file. Any questions with respect to the batch file?
It's all good. Can you it's possible to send all the batch file to us so we
So
go like a command
I
sending?
I don't think so. I would be able to do it. Let me try. I have to change the extension. Mm, Let me see if I can. exe filezilla, for example, this one, and the uninstallation one. See if you can able to download.
Check now. Yeah.
Yeah, check. Till that time I'll put it all then. I think.
Yeah, I can download. Yeah.
Okay. See, open it and see that is it in the same format or it is changing the format or something. Because via mail, I cannot send this in the BAT
Yeah,
extension.
don't mind. Yeah, that will filter out.
Hmm.
I can see. Yeah, in the batch.
Okay, fine. Then I will send it for all the two.
And if you can send a PRF form as well, I just want to look what's in
Okay.
there.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me send you that as well. Install BAT, uninstall dot .bat. You want PRF? I'll send all the documents then.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh, MSI packaging docs.
Finishing in 10 minutes.
Done. This one is left. So I have sent all the document, and I think I have sent all the schedule thing also. So I don't have to send it at the end then. I think yesterday one is left. Day 8 is left. Today is the day 9. Anything else left? No. Okay, that's it. I have sent all the document till now.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Yeah, sorry, my kid is keep coming back. So
no problem, no problem. I do understand. So the batch is completed. We have 14 minutes. I'll try to cover the PowerShell part, at least the theoretical part. Then the rest we can cover tomorrow.
yeah, sure.
Acha, one more thing I wanted to ask. Can we have half an hour before more? Because this 1.5 hour is very less.
Like you want early?
Half an hour at least early, like 11, either 11 or 11:30 our time.
I can try coming early tomorrow. If
Yeah.
I can come early, I can. How should I tell you?
Okay, fine. At least half an hour also. Then at least if we'll have 2 hour now, because uh, the topic is something like it requires 1 hour. Then half of the midway I have to stop it. So it's better if we have at least 2 hours.
So should I send you a message on WhatsApp or something? Or
You can tell Amit and he will inform me.
okay.
Okay. So partial application deployment toolkit. So we have a PowerShell scripting, but now just few years before, Microsoft has invented a new tool. So it is itself a tool which has a complete set of commands inside only. It is very easy to use, and we can easily see the command. So we do not require much help while doing it. So PowerShell is a cross-platform task automation solution composed of a scripting language, and command line shell, and a configuration management framework. PowerShell operates on Windows, Linux, and MacOS. So it works in all the platform. Either it can be Windows, or it can be Linux, or it can be Mac. It is a scripting environment which is built on the .NET framework. It is a platform independent and open source, and there is a link to download PSADT. So PowerShell is completely free, and it is not depend upon the platform. It is not something that you can only run in the Windows or in any other environment. Like for VBS, we cannot execute VBS in Mac or in Linux, but PowerShell can run in all the environments, and it is completely free, no cost, and we can use it very freely. And this, even the PSADT part, it is something like we don't have to do anything, just that we have to download it. You will get a zip file, and then like few standards are there if you want to change it. Otherwise you can keep it as it is, and that deploy application dot ps1, we have to do the execution. We have to do few changes in that for implementing our script, which we will be doing the demo tomorrow. So that part only we have to do it, and it is very easy to understand. So this is the history of the PowerShell, which tells that how many commands were there previously, how it got increased as per the time. Like we were having 130 commands, then it increased to 230, then now it increased to more than 2300 commands. So as per the year it grown, it started the commands are started increasing. How we are going to launch the PowerShell is already installed in all the latest version of Windows. Need to start PowerShell by the following given steps. These are the particular steps you can open the PowerShell. This is the section of the PSADT. I'll explain each and every part. There are two section. The first section is the app deploy toolkit, the first folder, and the second screenshot is the content of the first folder. So this is how the PSADT looks. Then there are few commands for PowerShell, and then there are few commands for PSADT, and then there is a command to execute a script created by PSADT, which just asks that how we are going to execute it via SCCM. So there are multiple ways that you can execute this application. So this all are something that you can use it in your SCCM, and you can do the installation. So now I'll explain this one first. So the first command, I'll give you the demo. As of now, I'm just explaining. The first command is to install an MSI and MST. So if it is a if it is a PowerShell, so these commands are only for PowerShell. Then we are going to use start hyphen process. If it is a PSADT, we are going to use execute hyphen MSI to install an MSI MST. So this is the difference. This PSADT has a predefined commands. So for the PSADT, it is execute hyphen MSI, and for this one, it is a start hyphen process. So the same command is used for exe also, and the same command is used for the MSI MST as well. But for PSADT, we have a execute hyphen MSI for MSI MST, and for the EXE we have execute hyphen process. So with this start hyphen process, we have to give MSI exec.exe. We have to give wait, then argument list. Then we have to give the slash I for installing the application, and then you have to give the transform is equal to path of that MST. The second is for uninstalling the application via the product code. The third command is to give an exe. So in that case, we are going to give the file path. So like we used dp0 for batch file. Now for PowerShell we are going to use hyphen file path, and then we have to specify that path of the exe application. So after this there are few other parameters, which is hyphen verb run as hyphen argument list to specify your argument, which is the silent parameter. Then the fourth one is to delete any file. If you want to delete, if you want to delete any folder, if you want to delete any shortcut, then in that case you are going to use a command line remove hyphen item, and then hyphen path. With the help of path you are going to give the path of the application. And then we have the command to do the editing of our registry. So like we used reg add and reg delete to do it for the batch file. For this one we have to use set hyphen item property to do the changes. So reg, like reg add works here, here set hyphen item property works here. Like reg delete works there, here we are going to use remove hyphen item property, so that will remove that registry. Then is the start hyphen sleep hyphen seconds 120. So for an example, you are installing any application and you have to give a pause of 1 minute or 2 minutes. Then you are going to give start hyphen sleep hyphen seconds 120. So these seconds are in this time is in seconds. So if it is 120, this means 2 minutes. If you want to increase the time, then accordingly you can increase. And at the end is the import hyphen reg file, which is going to import the registry file. Then there the PSAD command. I already explained the first, first, fifth one. So once you will see the presentation, it is very easy to understand, and I'll give you the demo also tomorrow. Then it will become more easy to understand. The last line in the uninstallation one is the to set the registry key. Like we have an environment variable, and if you have to give any registry key, then in that case we can use the set hyphen registry key to set that environment variable. Then for the to remove the shortcut or any file, either you can use remove hyphen file or you can use remove hyphen item, and then you have to specify the path. Like we used to give the task kill command, here we don't have to use a task kill command, we use stop process. So stop hyphen process hyphen name, and just that you have to give the name. There in the task kill we used to give .exe, but here you don't have to give .exe, you have to just give hyphen name filezilla, and then forcefully we are going to stop the process. Now there are few commands to execute the script by PSADT. Uh, Either you can do it via deploy application.exe or via deploy application.ps1. So if you want to execute, because that one script will be having both the part installation and uninstallation, you don't have to create two different for the PSADT one. So that is why if you use install, it is going to install the application. If you use to going to do the uninstall, it is going to uninstall that application. Either of the four command you can use it if you are using the deploy application.exe. Then we, if you want to just execute it via that ps1, then you have to give a command powershell.exe hyphen file, and then you have to specify the path of that ps1, and then you are going to give the install for install, uninstall for uninstall. If you make that window style hidden, just so that the prompt does not come while doing the installation, then you can specify the command hyphen window style hidden. So it will it will save it, it will have it in a hidden way. The last two command is like we have a deploy application.ps1. If you are going to change the name of that deploy application.ps1, if you are having it as per your organizational format, then you are going to use that last two line. So this is how you are going to do the execution via command line also and via SCCM also. So tomorrow I will do the demo. I will show you the execution of all this command line, how we are going to do the installation and uninstallation. So tomorrow I'll explain you about the PSADT also, the complete the tool which I showed you today, and then we are going to learn about the scripting, about the PowerShell and PSADT. Any question?
No
No,
question
Jay,
from me.
all good. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
So
about the PSADT, I might have a question. Like to deploy, I mean, we can do a deployment as well in our current organization using this, right? I mean, what?
yes, you can.
Okay. So it means basically we can create the package for Intune as well, I guess.
For PSADT you are saying?
Yes.
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay.
See, mostly PSADT is only having a benefit of usage, because many things we can implement via PSADT.
Oh, yeah.
I think it will require more 2 to 3 2 days at least. If we have tomorrow 2 hours and again 2 hours, then we would be able to complete, because capture process is gonna take time. VB script has many thing in theory, and PSADT I have to show many commands, so that will also take time.
Yeah.
So
No
let's see
problem.
how much we can
Because,
cover tomorrow.
yeah.
So when you deploy PS edit it in Intune, do you use PowerShell command? Just the same path and PS only.
Yes, we use partial command.
Yeah. So we don't use exe here because exe is like getting
No,
obsolete.
no, you can use deploy application.exe only if there is a restriction in your environment, because in it happens that in some of the environment we have a restriction, then we have to bypass it by a command. So there is few other two commands, or few one more command through which you can bypass that thing. So that I will tell you tomorrow, that what is that command. I will get that thing and I will add it in the presentation also. So we can bypass that means like it is a restriction policy that it restricts if it is not enabled, because PowerShell we have to enable it in our system. So if it is not enabled, via that restriction removal we can do it.
So that's just execution policy you
Yeah,
disable
execution
to
policy
bypass.
bypass.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you have to
That
add
is
that in the script. Yeah.
in the in not in the script, while doing the deployment we have to add.
Okay.
Any other questions, or we can bind it up?
Yeah,
Now
we can.
good. Thank you.
Okay, then we'll meet tomorrow. Bye bye, have a nice day.
Yeah. You too. Bye.